Good morning and welcome to page 97 for listening. Why do people follow special diets? Talk about different reasons. Have you or has someone you know ever had to follow a diet? How was it? Okay, you're going to answer these questions and then read about a CR diet. What kind of food do you think you can eat on this diet? Okay, it's a calorie restricted diet. So you're going to read about this diet and then listen to, before you listen, you need to read about this diet and answer this question. And check that your answers could be the following right here. On letter C, listen to Peter Bowes talk to Martin Knight, who follows a CR, a calorie restricted diet, and answer the questions. Okay, let's listen.
Track 3.55. And are you that meticulous about what you eat?
I am. I weigh and measure everything I eat and almost never eat out. I eat about maybe, instead of like 2 or 3 big meals for a day, I eat maybe 10 smaller meals. Kind of staves off hunger that way. This is what I actually usually eat first meal of the day. About 170 calories. So this first thing I'm going to do is this kale and shallot mixture I kind of made myself. It's put in a food blender. And I weigh out 55 grams. That will be 30 calories.
And you do this every morning?
I do, right, first thing, and then every time I eat. Which sounds pretty onerous, but actually isn't so bad.
And you're getting, I assume, mostly carbohydrates from this?
I'm going to add olive oil here, so in fact it's going to be about 50% fats.
So what else do you have with this?
Okay, well, let me finish measuring out the kale here first. I have to measure it to the gram. There we have it. That's about 30 calories. And then I have sprouted oats, 16 grams. So that's about 70. Then this tomato paste here, 33 grams of that. And almost done then. There we go. And then finally, add some olive oil. It's 9.2. Now oils you have to measure to the 10th of a gram to be that accurate. And we're there.
Can I taste it?
If you like to, yes.
I have to say, it doesn't look hugely tasty to me or appetizing.
I can understand it perfectly, yeah. So here's a spoon.
Here goes.
It's very colourful anyway.
It's actually not that bad.
No. The oil is, it's the pepper in it, so it gives it more flavour. More of the flavour you might think.
Not so sure about so much tomato in my breakfast like this.
Okay, that's one of my favourite things.
But, really not as dreadful as I'd expected.
Oh, okay. Surprised you. I'll try and actually have a kind of window of eating from about 8 till 5 in the afternoon. So maybe like 8 or 9 hours, and then I don't eat outside of that.
Ever go to a restaurant for lunch?
Not very often, maybe a few times a year.
And how do you cope with that?
Like socially? Well, I either take some nuts, which I've weighed beforehand, maybe 200 calories of that, or I drink some water or tea around there. There's always some fluid there you can drink. So it's not as bad as it might sound.
As well as his extreme diet, Martin Knight lives a zen-like, stress-free existence in California. He practices yoga, goes jogging, and lifts weights in his garden. And he says extending his life isn't his primary concern.
For me, it's more about quality of life, like here and now, the daily. I don't really think about the abstractions of living longer, though that might happen.
You're 49 now.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel really good. I feel as good as I did 10, 20 years ago. I don't really feel any different.
Do you feel better in a sense since your diet has changed?
In some ways, actually, I do. I have a steadier energy level throughout the day, when before I maybe kind of dipped in the afternoon. It's more of a steadier level. And I think you more kind of have a higher alertness too. When you have a little bit of hunger in the background, then you're more aware, more alive.
Okay, guys, you can pause the video and go back if you didn't listen to one part and you need to listen to it again. So check that your answers are like this. And then you can go back to the video and listen again to make notes on these topics and check that your notes could probably look like this. Can you imagine a calorie-restricted diet? Why or why not? If you did, what would the biggest sacrifice or challenge be in relation to your current lifestyle? Okay, answer these questions as well, imagining that you're following this kind of diet. On letter F, pronunciation, listen to this extract. Let me just get a little bit closer right here. Okay, listen.
Track 3.56. And then I have sprouted oats, 16 grams. So that's about 70. Then this tomato paste here, 33 grams of that. And almost done then. There we go. And then finally, add some olive oil. It's 9.2.
Okay, so the question is like, is the pitch lower or higher in the phrases in bold? Does this happen because the speaker repeats information or adds extra information? You can notice that. And on number 1, it is lower, like 16 grams, like 33 grams of that. And on number 2, does this happen because the speaker repeats information or adds information? He actually adds information. This is new information. So he's not repeating it, he's just saying what he's adding, okay? So in that case, the pitch is lower. Now, describe the process of preparing a typical breakfast, lunch, or dinner to a partner. Use a lower pitch to add extra information, just like you can write down something like this, talking about grams and stuff. Can you guess which meal your partner is describing? Okay, and try to practice your lower pitch while you're at it. Okay, on the next one, it says, when have you or has someone you know been told you were too young or too old to do something? Explain what happened. And then work in small groups. What are your opinions of these statements? Talk about your own experiences. In this case, you're going to write down your opinion. How old someone feels depends entirely on their health. TV ads in my country represent older people in a realistic way. It's easier for people under 40 to get a job than those over 40. No longer you live, or the longer you live, the more eccentric you become. Companies which sell anti-aging products don't want people to feel good about themselves. Okay, what do you think about these statements? Write it down. And then choose one person for each statement to represent your ideas and experiences to the class. Take a class vote on who agrees and disagrees with each statement. In this case, all I need is for you to give your opinion on these statements. Okay, on page 98, we got Everyday English. Is that your best offer? Okay, you're going to answer these questions. What is the most memorable present you received as a child? Who was it from? What was the occasion, and why is the present particularly memorable? Okay, you're going to answer these questions, and then you're going to hear about a present Max received as a child, which started his interest in life on other planets. What do you think it was? Okay, we're going to watch the video and find out.
You're here late, Sarah.
Oh, hi, Nadia. Yeah, I've got a lot on.
How is the preparation coming along?
Good, yeah. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity.
Well, it could have gone either way with Paul, really. But he said he could see how much it meant to you and the work you had put into the presentation. He feels confident you can make the interview a success. We both do.
Oh, thanks, Nadia.
So what kind of stuff are you getting from Max?
There's a couple of interesting angles we could take in terms of revealing his inspirations.
Oh?
Yeah, I asked him how he got into science fiction, and he said he started getting ideas on life on other planets when he was a kid. he broke his leg, and to cheer him up, his dad bought him a telescope. He said he couldn't sleep at night, and he used to spend hours looking up at the night sky. So maybe we could explore the idea that insomnia breeds creativity.
Well, I'm not sure about the insomnia bit. It's a bit of a tenuous link. But overall, I think you've got some really good material here.
But you haven't heard the best bit yet.
What's that?
He has an idea for his next book, and he's giving us the title of it first.
Wow, what is it?
It's, wait for it, Gravity Zero.
Interesting. Are you okay there, Oscar? I didn't hear you come in.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just forgot my car keys. Again.
Anyway, Zara, I can't believe you got us an exclusive on that. Well done. Good night, Oscar.
Night.
Okay, now that you watched it, you're going to check your answers and then answer questions 2 and 4 in 1A about it too. Okay, so you're going to give me the answers to all these questions. What do you think Oscar will do next? Okay, you can check them right here. Here we go. Watch or listen to part 2 and answer the questions. Okay, you can pause the video, go back again. Well, actually, I'll have to play this part because this is part 2. Okay, so pay attention.
Breaking news online, can I help you?
Hello. Is that Miranda Hall?
Yes, speaking.
Oh, hello. This is Oscar Simmons. We met at a few press conferences. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, yes, Oscar Simmons from City FM. Yes, I remember.
Great. Well, I'm calling because I've been doing a little, what you might call freelance work. Anyway, I've got some information you may be interested in. Straight from the horse's mouth, I think it's fair to say.
What kind of information?
Exclusive information about our very own Max Redwood. You know, author of Sow the Wind.
Oh, right. The guy who famously wrote the whole book Staring Out to Sea from the end of the Palace Pier.
Exactly. I can give you an article about him, including a sneak preview of his next book.
I didn't know he was writing a second novel.
He is. And I'm offering you the chance to be the first to announce it, with the title.
The title? Well, yes, that would certainly be of interest. There's just the issue of how much you would like for it.
Well, how much would you be willing to pay?
Oh, I think we'd be prepared to offer, say, $250. Would that be a fair suggestion?
$250? Could you see a way to increasing that a little? I was kind of hoping for something more in the region of $500.
No, out of the question. What would you say to $350? In principle, of course. I'd need to see the article first.
$350. Is that your best offer?
Fair's fair. Remember, we haven't even seen what you're offering yet.
Okay, $350. We've got a deal.
And I need it by 1 o'clock? I want it on the website by today.
What? Today? How flexible can you be on that?
Well, if I don't get it by 2, and it's not the kind of thing I'm looking for, the deal's off.
Okay, fair enough. One last thing.
What's that?
Would you mind keeping my name off the article?
Freelance and anonymous, eh?
Yeah.
No problem.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, how unexpected was that? Okay, so after you watch, you can answer these questions right here. and check. Of course, on number 3, it's your own answer. Number 3, and then you're going to go back on the video this time and watch again. Then write a possible why question for each answer, okay? These are some suggested questions right there. And then on language and context, expressions with fair. Match the expressions A through C with meanings 1 to 3. Okay? So when would you use fair? Here we go. Here's the matching answers. To say, it's fair to say is this is true. Fair is this is reasonable. And fair enough is I understand this. There are 3 different connotations on using fair. And then you look at these discussion questions and you need to answer them. You think Oscar is behaving fairly? What about Miranda? How do you think these people would react if they knew that Oscar had done what Oscar had done? Sarah, how would she react? Nadia and Max. Okay, this is today's assignment, guys. Thank you very much and see you next class.